By now, I'm sure you have heard of this viral story, and if not, here it goes. Jonathan Gerlach from Pennsylvania is accused of stealing more than 100 skeletons from cemeteries, and he has been charged with 26 counts of burglary, 26 counts of criminal trespass, 100 counts of abuse of corpse, 100 counts of receiving stolen property, 26 counts of intentional desecration of public monument, and other related offenses. Throughout the detectives' investigation, detectives collected numerous pieces of evidence from the crime scenes. A tip was submitted on December 20th, 2025, identifying Jonathan as a possible suspect. According to the tipster, witnesses had spotted a partially decomposed corpse hanging in the basement of his home. The tipster also posted Jonathan's Instagram account, which included posts on skeleton collecting and sales. Investigators also determined Jonathan was a member of a human bones and skull selling group on Facebook and spotted a post in which a member thanked him for selling an item. Police also searched through Gerlach's his Cash App account, which showed a picture that he used on his Cash App of a person holding what appeared to be a human skull in front of their face, and his car was identified in the picture, which also gave away the locations he drove on the scene on the same days of the reported cemetery burglaries, according to the criminal complaint. He was arrested on Tuesday, and how he got caught? Detectives were conducting surveillance in those cemeteries, and they spotted his vehicle with numerous bones and skulls in the back seat, according to officials. The same car that he had on his Cash App profile, that car that they call in the background, was the same car that they were that kept driving around in the videos, the surveillance, and it just so happened that they just decided to be there, and that same car pulled up to do what he was gonna do, and that's how they caught him. And he admitted to stealing around 30 set of human remains. Investigators then executed a search warrant at his home on Washington Avenue and recovered 100 human skeletons, as well as 8 more human remains inside a storage locker that Jonathan owned. You had detectives saying that it was if they were walking in a horror movie. Detectives and medical examiners are trying to piece together what they're looking at, because none of those detectives have ever seen anything like what they witnessed when they went to his home and discovered all those bones. The stolen bones, also skeletons, were hundreds of years old, including bones of infants and children. Jonathan is currently in custody at the Delaware County Prison after failing to post 1 million bail. He is scheduled for a hearing on January 20th of this year. Online court records don't list an attorney who could speak on his behalf. Did you know that in Pennsylvania, uh, also in New Jersey and Delaware, it is not illegal? It's not illegal to buy or sell human bones. What is illegal is theft and grave robbery, along with interstate trafficking of stolen goods. And there is an entire market for people wanting another person's bones. Court documents show most of the business takes place online. The investigators found one Facebook group has more than 5,300 people following it. And there are also stores where people can buy human bones and where full skeletons can be as much as $7,000. So you have words like necrophilia, necrophile, or necrophiliac. Both terms signify the same sexual interest in corpses, whether through fantasy, touching, or sexual intercourse. Necrophilia is a person who has a sexual interest or arousal from dead bodies. Necrophile or necrophiliac is the person who experiences this attraction. Then you got necromania, which is a person who's obsessed with death in general. Then you also have cranomania or cranomaniac, which is a person who's obsessed with skulls. And then you have the dark side to this, where you got dark witches and you got dark warlocks that will go to the cemetery to dig out bones from the grave. Either they're gonna do it themselves or somebody will pay. Remember, when it comes to doing this to people or doing whatever magic they're gonna do, is either a person's gonna do it themselves or know how to, or somebody is gonna pay money to get the job done. They'll either pay or somebody will do it themselves. See? So you gotta be careful out here. And so yeah, you have somebody who will pay, and you got people who literally will go out to these cemeteries and they'll dig out someone's grave to do witchcraft on a person. And it don't be at these hours right now. We talking about it'll be late, late night, including the witching hours, right? 3 o'clock in the morning, 4, 5, 6, 7. They be out there in the nighttime sneaking, digging out bodies, digging out bones, going through that. So yeah, it's real, man. This is what they do. That's how deep and dark it can go. And they'll find out who is this person they are digging out. And what did this person die from? And if that person died from a certain disease or illness or any bad luck from this person, that's what they'll do. They'll find out who this person. They just don't just be digging it out. They'll find out how this person died, who this, and that's what they'll do. And they'll take what's left of that corpse. Either there's bones in there, or depending how long that person's been there, they'll just take the powder, the dust that's left in there. And next thing you know, they'll take it back to either their crib or their secret place or where they do the work at. Or they'll do it even if they're doing it right there. It could be anywhere the works, right? In the woods, anywhere, tunnels, it don't matter where. But they'll take this stuff back and they'll do it. Or someone someone paid someone to do it. And next thing you know, these kind of people who do this kind of work either sprinkle the powder, or if it's not powder, it's the bones from the person with it. See, parts, they'll use the bone parts on their altars, on their shrines, in a bottle, in a casket, anything with either your picture or your name. That's as deep as this goes. And they'll do those kind of works. And they either throw it in the sea or they dig it somewhere. It's as real as it goes. See, and that's the thing about when you see this, the police covering this story, the news reporters that you see out there, they talk about this story, and some of them saying, "Oh, I haven't seen anything like this. It's like walking to a crime scene, and this is scary and bizarre." But they don't also talk about the dark side behind that. See all those obsession that this man had with skulls and skeletons. A lot of people, you'd be surprised who's into this and do these kind of works, and you'd be surprised that it's not only people from the hood. Titles don't mean nothing, but there's people like this who do that. Who do that? Who's into that? And it don't matter their job title. Don't matter their job title. And you'd be surprised the job titles that people do have or where they work at or who they are on TV or whatever, whoever, even in church too, who's involved with stuff like that and do things like that. That's as deep as it goes. Next you know, this person died of cancer or mental illness or AIDS, HIV. It don't matter the disease or a certain sickness that cannot be. Next thing you know, they're sprinkling this on your casket, and now you somebody's going through something or whatever this person died from. Now this other person is getting sick or going through a certain sickness or looking a certain way, and doctors can't even find out because they're going to the hospital to find out what's wrong with me. Doctors can't find out, and this person keeps getting worse and worse. Yeah, there's a job done on you. There's witchcraft, sorcery, spells. It's as real as it goes. Mm-hmm. So you pray for hedge of protection. Pray to the Most High. Remove it. Send back to send. Remove it. Get it out. Break these magic and spells that you don't know of or what people's trying to do. That's as real as it gets, man. People, they do these things. They do. They do. And here's another interesting thing. And you can ask an ex-witch or an ex-warlock, and they'll tell you this: that if that person who they're digging up or trying to, if they find out who it is, if this person died, a man of God or a woman of God, of the Most High, if this person who it is, they can't touch that. They gotta leave that corpse alone. They don't touch that. There's spiritual laws, spiritual rules, right? Just like when somebody's trying to do witchcraft or spells or work on somebody, if they with the Most High rely on the Most High, or if the Most High got his hands on this woman or man, which people don't know who's who out here, but there's people who's into this stuff, they will be told, don't touch him, don't touch her, leave this one alone, leave that one alone. No matter how you don't have to, you're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. I'm not even perfect, but you're saved by grace through the Most High, by grace. But the Most High got his hands and he watches people, he protects people from stuff like that. That's what I'm saying. It's dangerous to get into that kind of stuff. It's dangerous. It's dangerous. That's what I'm saying. 'Cause you don't know who is who out here. There's people who don't even look like the Most High has his hands on this woman or this man. Or this person walking, even though they're not perfect, they rely on the Most High. Or always constantly talking to the Most High. Or they going through their spiritual warfare battle. But you just don't know who people are. But it's real out here. And you got people who dibble and dabble with that kind of work, man. Oh, but in the realm, they know who's who. They know who God got his hands on. They know. Despite, it don't matter who's perfect or who's not perfect, because no, none of us are. Nobody's perfect. Everybody falls. Get right back up, right? Fall, get right back up. It's through grace that you're saved by the Most High. Nobody could boast. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I'm saved by this, this, and that. Yeah, yeah. You can't boast, no. Nobody could boast. It's through His grace, mercy, grace and mercy of the Most High. But the Most High watches, the Most High protects, the Most High sees. But you got to think about that stuff too. When you see all that stuff, there's people like that in this world that's into that, those skulls and all that stuff, and people do these kind of works, and they be going to the cemetery to dig out bodies, to to try to give people sicknesses and all that. And there's people who pay tons of money to do work on somebody. It ain't we're not talking about $100, $200, $300. No, thousands, thousands, and more of dollars to do work on a person or people. Mm-hmm. But the work always gets returned back to sender. Always. To the person doing it, or and to the person who's spending to do it on somebody. It's gonna go back. But it's real, man. Pray for hedge of protection. Discern. Stay with the Most High. Even though you ain't perfect, man, but it's real. This is real, all this stuff out here. It's real. I don't know what that man was into. I don't know. But you could tell by what from what they discovered, he was into some stuff, into some things. Then you gotta ask yourself, How? Why? Where did it start? Spiritual too, but it's real. What was he doing? But then to know that there's a Facebook page with 5,300 something people that they found interested in the same thing and they're selling things. So if they're doing this and that got to light with that, just imagine other things. Something to think about too. It's not only, oh, like, yes, now you're seeing that, okay, this world can be a little dark too, but it gets darker by knowing, okay, that there are people out in this world who do go to the cemetery, who do dig up bodies, who do take the dust or bones, and they do witchcraft and magic and spells and try to do it on people from a person who died to try to give this person a disease and illness. And that mental stuff, when you see somebody looking crazy or going crazy, no. There's a such thing as spells, magic, and witchcraft to make somebody mental and appear mental. It's magic, it's spell work. Spells, witchcraft. That will tell you that the kind of work that they can do on somebody. Oh yeah, you could do witchcraft to make somebody look crazy, to make somebody to steal the glamour. To there's a whole bunch of kind of magic out there. There's light, there's dark, but you gotta think, man. It's real. It ain't fake. Stay with the Most High. Hedge of protection.